HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
And by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com. Hello, and welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to fill you in with what's happening in town. On this edition of HCAM News, we have Ashland Legion baseball highlights, the 15th annual Sharon Timlin 5K, and Chuck Joseph presented the history of Hopkinton at the Hopkinton Public Library. But first, here are some happenings in town you should know about. Elmwood Elementary hosted their first ever international night. The first part of the event featured performances by the second grade class, and then after a quick cleanup, the third grade class held performances. The event also featured displays and cuisine from various countries.
Hi, so we have food from all around the world. We have some nut-free food, some regular food. And the nut-free, like you can go around, you can see the flags, you can see the names of the food, and everybody, most of it, like everybody's really excited to try food from around the world. And we're excited for the program.
So, this is authentic Indian street food. So if you go to India, you'll find a lot of people selling stuff like this. And this is really just pretty much the most authentic Indian food you'll find. Like other restaurants, they'll give you authentic food, but it's really an Americanized version. But this is all homemade, and you know, like since we're from India, we know what it tastes like, so we know how to make it as close to the real thing as it can be.
So this is basically stuffed grape leaves. In Armenia they call it yalanchi. And then we've got hummus, and we've got Syrian bread.
Pieces were created by Mrs. Alvarazu's third grade class. They're collage portraits to go with these biographies that they did of famous canyons. And I think they turned out so beautifully, and we decided that they should be auctioned off. And the proceeds of the auction would go toward future educational supplies and things like that for diversity awareness at the Elmwood School.
Hi, I decided to actually showcase some Polish food and as appetizers, so it's really kind of cheating. It's not a Polish recipe, but we have a Polish roll-up, which is Crackers Polish ham with spreadable cream cheese and a Polish dill pickle inside. And for the majority of people in Hopkinton who won't eat any meat, I just featured some Polish pickles, just the dill pickles. And then this version has some rye bread in it to make like a little sandwich. I didn't think there were going to be lots of Polish, but there's more Polish down here in Kilbasi.
Hi, I'm Radhika Darnikoda, welcoming everyone for the first ever International Night at Elmwood. Thank you so much for parents and kids for making this happen and sharing such lovely food with all of us. This is just the first of the kind. We'll see more diversity programs coming up in Elmwood. Thank you so much.
I brought tonight some crêpes. They're from France. They're like a French pancake. And we typically do it, put toppings in it. So it could be jam, like strawberry jam, or it could be also salty things like ham or cheese.
Hi, this is called Bhel Puri, and it's a snack item, street food from India. I think it's from Mumbai, Maharashtra in India. It's made from puffed rice, and there are other items which are like save, and then we put onions, tomato, and there's a special sauce we put it in it, and we mix everything. It's sweet and savory.
So today we brought galletitas de coco, which is a simple dish. It's just coconut shavings, condensed milk, and you bake it together and it makes a nice little macaroon that's crispy on the outside and sweet and juicy on the inside.
These are a traditional Jewish cookie called the hummus rashe. They have the apricot, chocolate, and cherry. And these are a traditional Chinese pancake made with scallions, sort of like a fried dough.
Hi, this is Lisa Balaju. We thought of having a diversity night or international night because we have so many cultures here at Elmwood, and this is great. And we have food, we have entertainment, and just a way to celebrate cultural diversity at Elmwood. And we hope to keep doing this every year.
I think what stands out for me the most is I'm seeing kids in a whole different light. You know, some of the students who performed are kind of quiet students in class, but showed a whole different presence on the dance floor or on the performance floor. So that was really fun for me to see.
A number of cats are currently available at the Bay Path Humane Society. Here is a look at 4 cats currently available.
This is Earlene, and then we have also Legree down here, and Lois, and then Eloise is behind you. And they all originally came from Louisiana. They've been here probably a couple months. The 2 black cats, Legree and Earlene, are still very much kittens, as you can see. They are less than a year old. I think they're about 6 months old. And then Lois and Eloise are 2 years old. Legree's a boy and the rest are girls. The 2 black cats are extremely playful. I think we haven't had any of them around dogs, but I think probably would be at least these 2 right here would probably be fine with a cat savvy dog. And they have been, as you can see, they've all been living in this room together and are good with other cats.
What about kids?
Kids, I would say probably all except for Earlene would be good with kids. Earlene, I think, would need older kids because she is very, very spunky and can sometimes nibble on fingers. It doesn't ever hurt, but she gets really excited and playful, and that might be a little bit too much for young kids.
And do you know how you guys got these cats?
They came from Louisiana. Bay Path partners with people in the South, with organizations in the South, and generally they just bring dogs up here because there's an enormous amount of animals in the South that need rescue, and there's not enough places down there for them. But every once in a while we get cats, and so these guys came from Louisiana in one of those shipments. There's volunteers that drive them up.
This past weekend, the 15th annual Sharon Timlin 5K and Family Fun Day took place. As usual, the event drew a big crowd and raised a lot of money in the battle against ALS. For the 15th year, the annual Sharon Timlin 5K and Family Fun Day to fight ALS took place at the Hopkinton High School fields. Our own Alex Walton was on the scene.
And so, how was the run?
It was challenging.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You glad it's over?
There's some hills. Yeah, but I'm still looking forward to next year.
That's great. So what did you run today?
I ran about 23, 22 approximately.
Awesome. Will you be enjoying the rest of today's festivities?
I'll probably hang out for a little while. I'm here with my mom. She's 75, so she's running as well.
Nice.
ran so because my coworker was diagnosed with ALS about 2.5 years ago, so we're all here in support of him.
That's great. How was the run?
It was good. It was a hillier course than I remembered from last year, but it was good. It was a little bit warm, but the breeze is nice.
So you having a good day?
Yes, great day.
Will you be joining the rest of the festivities?
I will. My 2-year-old son's here with me, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law, so we're going to go over and play some of the games and check out everything going on.
So how was the run?
It was worse than I thought. Yeah, it got really hot.
Will you be running next year then, or is?
I'll be running next year, yeah. It's
Very
very
awesome.
important to me, so I'll be here next year.
So what'd you run today?
I ran the 5K.
Yeah. What'd you run?
Oh,
today?
time. My time?
Yeah.
I think it was like 24:40.
Great. Will you be enjoying the rest of today's festivities?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
I guess I'll share. I did it under half an hour, so that's good. I met my goal.
And you're running a lot faster than I ever could. So where did you come from today?
From Northborough.
Oh, nice. And so this is your first time running it?
This is my first time running it. I just started getting back into running just about a month ago, and did a 5K a week ago, and it's really great to be here today and supporting the cause.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. So how was the run today?
It was very good. It was my first time, so it was great. Me and my son and myself, we ran it pretty good. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Where are you coming from today?
I live in Hopkinton. We just moved to Hopkinton.
Very awesome. Is there any reason why you ran particularly?
For the ALS, definitely supporting the cancer, and we're going to kick cancer up in the butt, basically. Sorry if I can say that.
You can. Will you be doing the rest of today's festivities?
Some of it, yes, and then we're going to have some people over out of town. I have friends who are running this race, so we're going to go home and basically have some fun at home too. So.
So I'm a neurologist. I'm the head of the neurology department at the University of Massachusetts Medical School, and I head a lab that for many years has been studying ALS, looking at ways to understand what causes it, and now thinking about ways to treat it. So.
And I understand that all the funds generated here go towards the research for ALS?
Yes.
Would you like to make a statement about the importance of the research?
So the funding that has come from this event for our ALS research has made an enormous difference. And the reason is that it allows us to do work that is cutting edge, that may need immediate funding, and it really takes us through some of the biggest problems that we face, particularly in developing new treatments, which is what we're focusing on now. So we are very, very grateful to everybody in Hopkinton and to the Timlands and all the people who make this incredible event possible.
Oh, wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I just feel, I'll add one sentence. Okay, cheers. It's difficult to overstate how much all of us in the laboratory appreciate the incredible generosity and hard work of the people of Hopkinton and Abby Rosenberg and the Timlands to make this event happen.
Thank you.
Coming up next on HCAM News, we have Ashland Legion baseball highlights. Chuck Joseph presents the history of Hopkinton, and Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. A whole lot more ahead. Stay tuned.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
Welcome back to HCAM News. This past week, Ashland Legion baseball was on the road all week long, but that didn't stop us from bringing you some coverage. Here's a look at the latest highlights.
On Tuesday, June 19th, 2-0 Ashland Legion took on Sudbury at Feely Field in Sudbury. Top of the first, the post 77 bats got going. Righty steps back in, up the left side, past the dive of the third baseman. Here is one run, and the runner behind him held up at third. It's an RBI single for Hornung. 77 with some nice new jerseys this season. There's a strike runner from first taken off. The throw up is a good one, but it is going to get away. Now the runner from third is going to score. It's 2-0 post 77. Dom Cavanaugh comes around, and the throw up was pretty good by Jacob Noyes, the catcher, but that just went right off of Hornung. Right up in the pitch.
This is up the middle, past the dive of the third baseman. Here is one run in to score, and that is all that'll score as the ball quickly delivered back into the infield by Schreiber, but taken off for second is Rossi, and he's going to be safe.
He gets an A+ for that at bat. He went the other way, and then he watched the left fielder overthrow the ball, missed the cutoff man, and like last year, he was off to the races, and there he is with his dirty uniform.
Play one home game, and then they don't have another home game until July 6th, as this is hit high in the air over to right center, and it is caught. Runner from third going to try to tag. The throw in is pretty good, but not in time. It's 4-0 Ashland. Now the throw to third to try to get the lead runner, not in time.
A couple Sudbury errors and a few post-77 hits turns into 4 runs, and that turned out to be all they needed as Ashland topples Sudbury 14-1. After a tough loss in Lowell Wednesday, post-77 seek to get back on a winning trend in Natick. Top of the third inning, post-77 leading 3-0 with bases juiced. Hopkinton's Cole Glassburn comes to the plate.
As this is hit in the air over to center, could be trouble, and that's going to drop past the reach of the shortstop. 1 run in. Here comes another. He'll slide in safely, and the ball will go all the way to the backstop, allowing the lead runner to head over to third. Brad Seymour heads all the way to third, and that is a 2 RBI double for Cole Glassburn.
2 more runs score, making it 5-0. Holliston's Ben Thomas adds another.
It's a piece of this one. This is up the middle. This is going to be trouble. That'll get through. Here comes Brad Seymour, and another run behind him. Glassburn, the slide in, not in time. They get him at the plate, but it is going to be a 6-0 post-77 lead.
Top of the 5th, Ashland's Dom Cavanaugh steps in the batter's box.
And the pitch. This is hit in the air over to right center. That'll drop down. 1 run in. Here comes another run. The outfielder still tracking down the ball, and now maybe a third run's going to come in. The throw home is going to pull the catcher off the bag. Everyone's safe, and then the hitter going to try to advance to third. He's thrown out.
It turned into the second 4-run inning of the day for post-77 as they take the 10-1 win over Natick. Ashland post-77 has not yet played a home game, but they are at the top of District 5 with 4 wins and 1 loss on the season.
The Hopkinton Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with the Hopkinton Public Library, hosted the History of Hopkinton with Chuck Joseph. The event drew a big turnout as Chuck gave a glimpse of Hopkinton now compared to yesteryear. Here's a look.
Well, did you know this about Hopkinton history? Do you know that? I said, no. What do you know about it? Nothing. Somebody told me. And it was like this game of telephone. Everybody had these little bits, and nobody knew what was going on. So I got kind of frustrated, and I said, all right, I'm going to go to the library. And that room right there, they used to call the treasure room, which meant everything they ever had about history was just stuffed in there.
Hopkinton resident Chuck Joseph presented the history of Hopkinton at the public library. The event was hosted by the Friends of the Hopkinton Public Library, along with the Hopkinton Chamber of Commerce. Sponsors included Merrill Lynch Investment Services, Middlesex Savings Bank, and Phipps Insurance. A huge turnout was on hand to get a brief glimpse into the extensive history of Hopkinton.
So in the 1700s, next slide. That's Town Hall, by the way, right across the street. That is the third Town Hall on that site. If you look above the 2 front windows in there, you'll see 1715, beautiful photograph taken by Eileen. And on the other window is 1902, the year they erected that brick Town Hall. That was the third Town Hall that was built on that site.
Well, the primary resource is the town meeting notes, which we are privileged to have from the 1700s till the present, the original notes and in hand script, and you can go and read those. It's a little tedious, but it really works well. There's a lot of resources here at the Hopkinton Library, but if you go online, you go into, it kind of takes you down different algorithms, and you go into libraries all over the country. I've probably been researching it about 15 years now.
These are samples of some of the notes, and it was a challenge to read these notes because they didn't know how to write, and they didn't know how to spell. And every time they changed who was taking the town meeting notes, I had to figure out what that person didn't know how to spell. It's a blast. It's kind of fun to do, but it's also a little frustrating.
I understand you've done a lot of these presentations. Do you have any more of these presentations coming up?
Yeah, they always kind of evolve into different things. So there's a group that wants me to do one on the history of Hopkinton schools. So we may do something with that because there is a really interesting history there. I'm working now on the history of ideology, the ideological heritage that comes from Hopkinton. It's very rich. And I think people are unaware of it. You know, we always look at buildings because they're tangible, but the things that are not tangible are just as important. The shoe industry just explodes, and there are 11 shoe factories in Hopkinton. At our peak, we're making 6,000 pairs of shoes per day, every day. In 1885, we produced 1,652,000 pairs of shoes out of Hopkinton. We were the third largest shoe producer in the country.
And do you have a favorite topic that you've researched about Hopkinton, or you just enjoy it?
Every part has something different in, and you know, after I've done 4 or 5 of the same lectures, I kind of want to veer off and do something a little different, so there's always more to learn.
All right, well, it was a very interesting presentation. Amazing to see the buildings from the 1800s compared to now.
It's great when you drive around town now, you can kind of picture what was there. That's the 1970s. When I first came to town, Bill's Pizza was Brown and Smith's. How many here remember Brown and Smith's? No one? Okay. Brown and Smith's was like the old spoon. You know, you went in there in the morning and you just learned everything about what's going on in town. And of course, that's today. Thanks, Eileen, for all these photographs, by the way. She got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get these photographs when there were no cars out here. This is the train, one of the 3 trains that came from town. That's a ticket booth over there. Today, if you go there, it's Hopkinton Lumber, all right? And the Center Trail across the street was the railroad that took you down to Milford. There was also one that took you to Westboro. There was one that took you behind ABC Street, down the bottom of the hill, under 135 to Ashland and into Boston, and that's how they got the shoes to the port. The ticket booth was disassembled. Nobody knew where it was for years. It was in somebody's house. Eagle Scout found out about it, decided it would be a great project. Go ahead, next slide. Rebuilt it at the bottom of the hill down in the ice pond. That is the ticket booth from the railroad station in the 1860s, 1870s in Hopkinton. And it's still a ticket booth inside if you want. And the Center Trail across there is just a continuation of the railroad. This is looking east from what would be around CBS. I love the trees. Look how big the trees are, right? CBS looking up the hill. You look at it today, of course, you're looking down, and then you go around the corner up. This is the old high school, part of that building bloom. This is the Buckland House. He was the veterinarian. He also operated on people. This is looking west, going towards the top of the hill to 495, if you will. And that's what it looks like today. Same thing. Go ahead. That, of course, this is the new Central Place. This is going to be the Central House restaurant. And if you look up there, you'll see a photograph afterwards. You can go up and take a look of the 200th anniversary at the Central House Tavern. And that is right on the same site as this brick building.
A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Here to tell you all about it is Matt Clark with our HCAM Insider.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the HCAM Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and here's what's happening this week on HCAM. On Monday, June 25th at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton Planning Board meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Tuesday, June 26th at 8 p.m., Tom Nappy takes a look into Elmwood School's first ever International Night on a brand new HCAM News Focus. On Wednesday, June 27th at 7 p.m., Margie and Lisa are back and invite you to join the conversation on a brand new episode of The Margie and Lisa Show, live on HCAM TV. And on Thursday, June 28th at 8 p.m., Enter Stage Left presents a musical tribute to the USO shows of World War II with Sing, Sing, Sing. And on HCAM Ed, the Hopkinton Public School Spring Concert Series, the Marathon Elementary Ribbon Cutting Ceremony, as well as the Ashland Legion Baseball Series will air. If you want to know more about all of HCAM shows before they air, then head over to hcam.tv/connect, where you can sign up for our HCAM Insider newsletter. Or if you want to know more about what's happening in Hopkinton, you can sign up for our daily news updates. That's all for this week's Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and as always, thanks for watching. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Matt. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget, you could stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Be sure to head over to our website to take a look at upcoming events in town and the latest happenings throughout our community. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. As always, thanks for watching HCAM News. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
A number of cats are currently available at the Bay Path Humane Society. Here is a look at 4 cats currently available.
This is Earlene, and then we have also Legree down here, and Lois, and then Eloise is behind you. And they all originally came from Louisiana. They've been here probably a couple months. The 2 black cats, Legree and Earlene, are still very much kittens, as you can see. They are less than a year old. I think they're about 6 months old. And then Lois and Eloise are 2 years old. Legree's a boy and the rest are girls. The 2 black cats are extremely playful. I think we haven't had any of them around dogs, but I think probably would be at least these 2 right here would probably be fine with a cat savvy dog. And they have been, as you can see, they've all been living in this room together and are good with other cats.
What about kids?
Kids, I would say probably all except for Earlene would be good with kids. Earlene, I think, would need older kids because she is very, very spunky and can sometimes nibble on fingers. It doesn't ever hurt, but she gets really excited and playful, and that might be a little bit too much for young kids.
And do you know how you guys got these cats?
They came from Louisiana. Bay Path partners with people in the South, with organizations in the South, and generally they just bring dogs up here because there's an enormous amount of animals in the South that need rescue, and there's not enough places down there for them.